back to Ward. My turn, your turn. Between Chef Curry and the Butler here. Curry, three. Oh! Curry dialing long distance. He'll throw up a shot. Oh, geometrically, that should not have happened.
Not one, but two closers on the same team.
That puts an exclamation mark on this Golden State win in Game 1.
Hey, good day. Welcome into First Take. Hope you two both had a wonderful Easter. The Hall of Famer, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. I'm Molly Karam. Gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of in business mode. We're talking playoffs. You care if we just dive right in?
Let's go. Let's go.
The Warriors came to play last night in Houston. Golden State built a big lead early and withstood a comeback from the Rockets in the fourth to win Game 1 of the series. Steph Curry was in vintage form, sinking 5 threes, scoring a game-leading 31 points. Here's Butler on Steph, a.k.a. Batman.
Batman comes out of nowhere. You never see him coming, then he just falls from the sky, from a building, behind the door, and does some incredible things, man. He's going to be the reason that we do win it all. We all know that, but we got to protect him at all costs.
All right, Essa, here's what I want to know. Were you more disappointed in Houston's performance or impressed with what Golden State did?
Well, I was disappointed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Golden State. What we saw from Steph and Jimmy Butler, however, is something that I expected. What I did not expect was for Houston to shoot 39% from the field. I didn't expect them to shoot 21% from three-point range. I didn't expect Jalen Green. I mean, you got to remember, when it comes to Jalen Green and what this brother brings to the table, he's a preeminent face of the franchise, Shannon. And so what you have to think about, if you're the Houston Rockets, you've got a couple of the picks that the Phoenix Suns, you ultimately got from the Phoenix Suns. You'd love to get that back. There's been rumors about how KD could end up being in Houston because obviously Phoenix needs to recoup. They need to retool, and they've got to find a way to position themselves to get some additional assets for somebody like a KD. Well, if you're Houston, you'd have to give up a player. If you're Jalen Green, you don't want to be in Phoenix. You want to be in Houston with what Ime Udoka is building there. But you show up last night and you wet the bed. You don't get it done. Fred VanVleet's a champion. He doesn't really get it done collectively, shooting the basketball. They don't get it done. We know what they can do defensively. We know they're long. We know they're athletic. The question is, can you put the ball in the hole? This is why the Warriors were picked by so many to win this series, because we knew that when it was time, you've got somebody to get the ball to in Steph Curry. In their case, they've got two individuals, but we did expect Houston to look a little bit better offensively, and that was my only thing, Shannon. I didn't expect them to look this bad offensively. I did not expect them to look this bad offensively. That was my issue, and that's why I say I'm a bit disappointed.
I agree with everything you just said, Stephen A., because I was expecting two of the three best players to play well, and one of them there, only Sengun showed up and played. Jalen Green did not play well. Amen Thompson did not play well. Fred VanVleet, I don't think he's played well all year. And so when you combine that, we got what you expected from the Golden State Warriors. Everybody expected Steph to show up. That's why they went and got Jimmy Butler. That's why they extended him and gave him 2 years, $120+ million, because they know in moments like this, he doesn't shrink. He rises to the occasion. But I was very disappointed in Houston Rockets, and I think the thing the Rockets is going to learn at some point in time, you're going to have to find a guy that you can put the ball in his hands and he can go get you a bucket. They don't have that. Collectively, they are a very good team. If you look at all the other teams, every other team in the playoffs, with the exception of the Rockets, I believe, has someone that can put the ball in his hands, Stephen A., and they can go get a bucket. They like to. Their team is by committee. You have a Jalen Green, you have an Amen Thompson, you have a Sengun, but you don't have one guy. You say, hey, guys, go get this bucket. They don't have that. And last night, I think their inexperience, I think their youth, it showed its ugly head. They're in trouble. They're in trouble because Golden State always felt that they could beat this team. And I don't see any reason why they should lose any confidence. Now, look, Amen is going to have these guys to come back, and they're going to play well. But I was very disappointed in the Rockets, Stephen A., because I expected them to show me a little more, considering they had the 2 seed wrapped up for almost 2 weeks, and I expected them to come out and play better. Now, they came out, had a little lead, and next thing you know, the Warriors don't miss. Steph Curry takes off, hit a couple of shots falling out of the sky, and they win this game going away, really.
Well, listen, they were down 23. They came back. I give them credit for that. You held Golden State to 95 points. I give them credit for that. But where the indictment against them offensively comes into play, not only did they not shoot well from the field, not only did they not shoot well from three-point range, Molly, they missed 9 of 20 free throws. I mean, come on now. I mean, this is the playoffs. If you can't make free throws, and especially if you're a team that struggles offensively, you've got to be able to make free throws. And I'm telling you right now, I don't give a damn how well they played defensively. I don't give a damn how well they out-rebound Golden State, which they did last night. I think it was like 52-36. If you can't shoot from the field, from three-point range, or from the free throws, essentially you can't score, which means you have no shot at beating Golden State. They better get in that gym and practice making some damn shots, period.
Shannon, final word
Stephen
here,
A.,
and then
I'm
we'll keep
looking
it
at-
pushing.
Stephen A., I'm looking at Jalen Green over his last 5 games. He had 7 points, 2 points, 7 points, 5 points, 21 points. So if you go back and look at him over the last 5 or 6 games, he has not shot the ball well. He has not played well. And remember, against the Lakers, Stephen A., I think he only played like 15 minutes. So he's going to have to play much better, and we know he's capable of doing that. If they have any chance to win, he's going to have to help Sengun.
We'll leave it there. All right, guys, speaking of struggles, Game 1 couldn't have gone worse for the Lakers on Saturday. My goodness, they got
5 and afterwards. Jimmy Bucket's making my favorite superhero analogy.
Like I always say, Batman comes out of nowhere. You never see him coming, then he just falls from the sky, from a building, behind a door, and does some incredible things, man. He's going to be the reason that we do win it all. We all know that, but we got to protect him at all costs.
All right, the reason we win it all, he says. Carlos Boozer is here and Marcus Morris is here. And let's just start right there. I got people saying to me here this morning, that's it, Warriors just won this series. They're playing the 2 seed. They're playing a team that had an unbelievable year. But seeing what we saw in Game 1, they're ready to pencil the Warriors into round 2. Marcus, do you feel that way?
Why are we just now starting to pencil him in? You have playoff Jimmy, and you have Steph Curry. Like, are you surprised at these performances? I'm just not. Like, we've been seeing it, and this is what I've been saying. These guys are veterans. These guys know how to win games. They know how to close games. And listen, playoff Jimmy, being able to score the ball as well as he's doing right now and defend is like having 2 Draymond Greens on the court right now. And one of them now can really score from 3 levels. Chef Curry is just doing what we've been seeing him do over the years.
So, Booze, I'm just doing this in my head, but going back to last Sunday when they played that overtime game against the Clippers, Hembo, make sure I have this right. They've got, and then they play the play-in on Tuesday night, and now Game 1 of this series yesterday. They've gotten at least 25 points from Steph and Jimmy Butler in all 3 of those games, right? When it starts to matter, these stars are stepping up and ready to go. So all this speculating, what's it going to be like when we get to the playoffs? Those 2 guys look ready.
They look in sync, man. They're playing well off of each other. They pick their points. Like even last night, Jimmy had moments where he needed a bucket. They went to him. He got in paint, 2 feet in the paint, got a bucket, hit a big 3, obviously pointing at Reggie Miller, one of the best shooters of all time. But these 2 guys are doing such a great job carrying the offense. And Jimmy also defensively. This Warriors team was so great defensively. You hold Van Fleet to 4 for 19 shooting. You hold Jalen Green, who's their leading scorer, 3 for 15. They only had 17 points combined in their backcourt. Phenomenal job defensively for this team.
I got to give it up to him, Marcus, when they made this trade for Jimmy Butler. I remember Draymond Green saying, probably on his podcast, I forget where he said it, but he said, we just won the championship. And I remember thinking, I guess if you're an athlete, you have to think that way, but it sounded ridiculous to me in the moment. It doesn't feel so ridiculous right now, Marcus. Why do these 2 guys look so good together? Why do Steph and Jimmy Butler fit so well together?
Well, Jimmy Butler is a guy that plays the game the right way. So, I'm not even surprised that he was able to plug him in. I think you could plug Jimmy Butler in anywhere in the NBA. He knows how to play. He's been watching Steph Curry. These are 2 veteran guys. He likes to get guys involved, but now we're seeing him be aggressive when the team needs him to be aggressive, needs to